Something I've always often wondered, has Dragy ruined the car scene?
Hey guys, real quick, I do want to say that I have launched my memberships for the channel. There are three tiers: Enthusiast, Weekend Driver, and Mexico Racer. There is a video going in depth of what they will do. I'm actually providing a service to you guys when it comes to Weekend Driver and Mexico Racer, so make sure you check it out. And if you ever wanted real carbon fiber parts, I do have a promo code with carbon add-ons. Whether you have a Chevy, a Dodge, or a Mustang, a Ford, you can get real carbon fiber parts and save 5% off even on the discounted stuff using code FitCityGarage5 or use the link in the description of this video down below. So thanks for checking it out, and let's get on with the video.
So this is something that I've been thinking about for quite some time, both my personal experiences and my personal opinions. And this is going to be kind of a discussion video. So let me know what you guys think overall about Dragy and how it may or may not have ruined the car scene in the comment section down below. Use like your past experiences and stuff like that. Let's get a discussion going because it is an interesting topic. And the overall short answer is I think yes. Specifically the fun racing scene, whether it's in Mexico, and it's even showing and growing its roots at the drag strips. And here's why I think that, and things that I've just seen online. So if you're unfamiliar what Dragy is, it's a little device that you can put into your car, connect it to your phone, and it's a very accurate GPS system that allows you to go out on a back road in the middle of the country in Mexico, of course, or you can use it at the drag strip and get times. You can do your 60 foot, so it'll show 60 foot, 0 to 60, eighth mile times, and quarter mile times. You can even do half mile and mile as well, and you can customize it too. So a lot of people use this who don't have a drag strip nearby to get some data on their vehicles. But that has been, I wouldn't say it's recent because social media has been around for a while now, but it has been an issue in terms of people going out and having some fun. And the reason why is people only care about Dragy numbers now, and there are a lot of them out there. And if you run up to, let's say you run into someone, say, hey, line up that Hellcat Charger. And they'll be like, well, what's your Dragy 6130? And I'll be like, oh, it's 5.5. They'll be like, nah, bro, I run the sixes. I'm not racing you. And there's a lot of factors that go into that, and we'll get to that in a second. But that's been a lot of consistencies that I've been seeing in the community, both on the Dragy Facebook pages and just overall, is that if people know the numbers, they're not going to have fun, basically. The race isn't going to happen. Gone is most of the racing where you just go out and have fun. Because now with Dragy, you used to have to go out with friends. You used to have to go modify your vehicles, right? And just see what it ran against people. The only way you could have known how fast a car is if you knew everything about the vehicle you were racing, how much horsepower the mods give that certain vehicle, and then you can maybe gauge based off of, man, that car is way more faster than mine. I'm not going to line it up. I'm not going to waste his time. I'm not going to waste my time. But there's not a lot of people out there like that know everything about any given car and how much horsepower it adds, to where a lot of fun races would be lined up and you would see some spectacular results. I mean, just look at the Honda Civics with the laptops, right? Those made their claim to fame because a lot of people didn't know about them. Dragy didn't exist. No one knew about the numbers. People weren't posting what their cars did all over the internet, and they were surprising people. But that can be done with any vehicle. But again, those days are kind of gone. You can sometimes come across some random people on the highway or at a stoplight, right? Those are really the only two instances where you kind of get an idea of just having a random matchup and you have no idea what's going to happen. But again, with the invention of Dragy and whatnot, and going back to that, a lot of people just like, well, what's your Dragy numbers? And if you don't tell them, they're not going to run it. If you don't tell them your mods and what all is done in the car, they're not going to run it. If you don't tell them how much horsepower anything that has, they're not going to run it. And it does, all that does funnel back to Dragy though, because there's a lot of data and information on those Facebook Dragy pages and in Dragy itself in the leaderboards. People post their modifications, what's done to it. You can scour the entire Dragy leaderboards and know what a car runs at what DA and what altitude and all that, which brings me to a whole another aspect of Dragy and how it's kind of ruined the car scene, because there are a lot of hero runs, a lot of Dragy hero runs. And what a hero run is like incredibly good DA to where your car runs its best time. And what a lot of people don't understand, and I see it in a day-to-day basis in the Facebook groups, is your car will run worse in worse DA than your hero DA. So let me give you an example. Let's take a, a boosted, like a Whipple 5.0, a Whipple 2020 5.0. Let's say it runs a 5.5 in a negative 1,000 DA. Well, in 2,000 DA, it's going to run like almost a 6. It's going to run a high 5 to a 6 with a 3,000 DA change. And the thing is when people normally race, which is, anywhere between spring and fall, but the big part of that, the big chunk of it, is the summer when it's hot, even at night, the DA is anywhere from 1,000 to like 4,000, depending on where you live. Like even in the best places, and then there's really bad places, but 1,000 to 4,000 is the average range. But what people don't understand is when you make that hero hit with a negative 1,000 DA, negative 2,000, negative 3,000, they think their car's super fast, and they go race in the middle of the summer because there's a big meet and you met up with a bunch of people and you went to go run it. That guy that you're racing ran 5.5 and 3,000 DA, not negative 2,000 DA. And then you run him and you get smoked because the DA is like 1,500 outside, and he ran a better time than 5.5, and you ran a worse time than 5.5 because there was a 2,500 DA difference. So that is kind of ruining the car scene for Mexico racing and drag strip stuff too. So overall, I guess you could say the consensus of this video is people aren't really lining up anymore unless they're told what's done to the car, mostly Dragy data and modifications as well. Horsepower is neither here nor there, really. People lie about that all the time. And that's fine, but I just think we need to get back to just having fun runs. Races don't always have to be super close, because you learn something when you lose. You learn because racing a faster car is actually a good way to gauge where your car is. I think a lot of people just misunderstand that. That's actual valuable information. Losing to a car, a faster car, when you know what's done to it, they're honest about the car. Hey, this is how much it makes. And you still decide to race because you guys are going to do it for fun. If you can line those up, you will learn a ton about your car and where you're at. Because sometimes numbers lie, right? Sometimes Dragy numbers lie. I just literally told you an example where the numbers lie. In negative 1,000 DA, you run a 5.5. Then when you actually race in the middle of summer, it runs like a 6.2. The numbers are lying to you. You have to understand that. A lot of people don't understand that. So let me know what you guys think about Dragy killing the car scene and the racing scene, because I'm seeing it happen. I'm seeing it happen. I'm sure you are too. If you're unfamiliar with it but have heard about it, you might start to recollect and be like, yeah, you know what? You're kind of right. It's happening. I'm seeing it all over the place on social media, which then in part is in a whole bunch of different car communities. And just overall, let me know what your guys' experiences have been. Like, give me some examples of some cool stuff in the past where, you guys used to just meet up, didn't know anything, and just race for fun. Like, those things are pretty much a thing of the past. But I'd love to hear some stories and what you guys think in the comment section down below. Smash that like button if you hadn't done so already, and subscribe for more car enthusiast content. We're going to be throwing some nice stuff on the BMW M240i, the G42 version. It's a 2023. So it should be exciting to see a makeover on this car. Bunch of carbon fiber goodies. So stay tuned for that. That's it with me. I'll see you guys in the next one.